Hey everybody, welcome back. Joe White here from Get Life Coaching. Welcome. It's time for another edition of Coaching with Joe. And we're going old school here, guys, right? We're back in front of the computer, hockey stick behind me. We have our seminar room set for our ultimate breaking through the barrier. It's another sellout. The other room is set up for a 1-minute money maker. And I figured, look, I've been here all day. It's super late here at night. Let it be easy. And I know, it's Friday, midweek momentum. We're a few days behind, but I think you'll appreciate this message. So a little while ago, I was at a networking event, and at the end of my videos and things that I write, I use a tagline that says "rattled the cage." And someone came up to me and they asked, like, "What do you mean by that?" And they were presumptuous with their thinking. And they kind of thought it meant be disruptive, be bold, right? And yes, it certainly means that in an aspect of it. But for me, there's a deeper meaning. And maybe you can connect with this. When I was younger, I used to do anything and everything not to ruffle people's feathers, right? I would suppress my voice. I wouldn't say what I felt. I wouldn't act how I wanted to act. I wouldn't admit to what I believed and all of that because I figured it was safer that way. I was less vulnerable. That people were just going to ridicule me, pick on me. They were going to, poke and prod every insecurity that I had. I learned that it was easier just to be quiet and not rattle the cage. But as I grew, as I began to learn, I realized that I couldn't live that way anymore because there's a price that I paid, and that was me, my pride, my dignity, my worth. I've said this a whole bunch of times. One of my favorite quotes is from Cobain, and he said, "I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for what I'm not." I remember the first time I heard that, I connected with it, right? Because I was the opposite, right? I would much rather, I don't want to be hated, so I'm not going to be who I really am, right? Because here's the truth. In life, you can't always have both, right? You can't be who you really are and always loved. Sometimes in life, you're going to ruffle feathers, right? Come on, you're going to start growing, stepping out into new areas, becoming more of who you're meant to be, and someone's going to come up, a wife, a husband, a family member, a friend, people on social media, and they say, "You're changing. You're trying to be this way. You think you're better than us." And they're going to try to tear us down. And too often, we just start pulling back. And inside our head, we say, "You're right. No, I'm not trying to be any of that, man. I'm just trying to be the best me that I can. I'm just trying to evolve. Don't bring me down. Don't stand in my way." Because it's a choice. Would you rather be hated for who you are or loved for what you're not? And in those situations, we must hold to a higher esteem who we are. One of my favorite people is Steve Jobs, and there's a video that we show at Breaking Through the Barrier coming up, and it's from a commercial that he did called The Crazy Ones. And I think this sums it up. Because I used to think all this stuff that was wrong with me, right? But I learned that it wasn't wrong. It's really my gifts, the way I thought, the way I behaved, who I was. And by suppressing it, I wasn't honoring me. So it goes, here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify them, or vilify them. But the only thing you can't do is ignore them. because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see them as genius. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change a world are the ones who do. So if you're one of the crazy ones like me, let your light shine. Let it shine and touch and light this world. And rattle the cage. And rattle that cage. So until next time, this is Joe White from Get Life Coaching. Rattle the cage. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.